Good morning and welcome to the University of Toledo's 2024 Fall Commencement. Our processional will be led by the Grand Marshal, the University President, members of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, and University administrators. We will begin our ceremony with the presentation of the flag of the United States. This will be led by the University of Toledo's Army ROTC Color Guard and Pershing Rifles Troop. The presentation of the flag will be followed by the processional. Please rise.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate our graduates. We are thrilled to have this large crowd of supporters in person here in Savage Arena, and we also welcome those who are turning in virtually. Today marks the major milestone that our graduates their families, and our faculty and staff have long awaited. Today, you walk across this stage and celebrate earning your U Toledo degree. Congratulations. On behalf of all of us in Rocket Nation, I want to thank our graduates for choosing the University of Toledo to help prepare you for success. I am confident that your time on campus has prepared you well for that next step in your career or your education. We are honored to share this celebration with you and your loved ones today. At this time, I'd like to ask all of you to please stand and join me to open our ceremonies by singing the national anthem. It will be led by Alicia Jenkins, who is a senior from Bell Center, Ohio, studying music education. Members of the University of Toledo's Army ROTC Color Guard, Pershing Rifle Troop will present the colors. Please be seated. Congratulations, class of 2024. I want to personally welcome you to the prestigious group of individuals who call ourselves alumni of the University of Toledo. There are more than 173,000 of us, proud U Toledo alumni, helping to fulfill our mission of improving the human condition here in our Toledo community and across the globe. I won't exactly say how long it was since I was in your shoes receiving my undergraduate degree from the University of Toledo. Sometimes it feels just like yesterday, but U Toledo has always been an important part of my life. I grew up a stone's throw away from the University of Toledo Health Science Campus and our University of Toledo Medical Center. I spent a lot of time on our campuses attending youth programming. I attended U Toledo, as did many of the members of my family, and I am proud to have spent my career as a Rocket. I am grateful for the opportunity to lead this university that is so important to me personally and to our community and more broadly. I am proud of my degree from the University of Toledo, and I am proud of how it continues to grow in value as our university continues to grow and thrive. U Toledo is not the same university today that it was when I was a student here. And it was a different experience for me than it was for my father when he was a Rocket. It'll be different for the generations of students who follow you. Let me be clear, U Toledo will always be rooted in our mission and our values. Student success will always be our top priority, to provide a world-class education and opportunities for our students to grow into the leaders the world needs today and tomorrow. U Toledo will keep advancing knowledge through groundbreaking research, We are committed to providing high quality and compassionate, patient-centered care, and we will never stop supporting the Toledo region through partnerships and collaboration. At the same time, we must evolve. U-Toledo has to grow and change to stay relevant and deliver what our students and community needs from us in this moment and looking into the future. Our commitment to the success of our students doesn't end on graduation day. We have a responsibility to continue our positive momentum to not just maintain, but to enhance the value of your University of Toledo degree that you will proudly hang on your wall. And your commitment to your educational journey does not end today either. Yes, we want to celebrate this important milestone in your lives. Be proud of your achievement as we are. I want to see those huge smiles and fist bumps and cheers from your family and friends when your name is called today. Do not be shy. This is your day. But when you wake up tomorrow, and some of you may have a headache, I want you to still think of yourselves as a student for life. I want you to actively seek opportunities to learn and grow every day. Take chances. Try something new. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. There will never be a day when you know everything and have nothing left to learn. Embrace that. Stay curious, and you will better understand the world around you. Be open-minded and willing to consider different viewpoints. View setbacks as opportunities for growth. Take the time to reflect on your experiences and think about what you might do differently if offered that opportunity again. Just like your University of Toledo, you as an individual must also be willing to be able to evolve and change. You are the main character in your story. This is the end of one chapter and the start of a next one. You have so many blank pages ahead of you in life. As we say around here, rockets are doers. You have the power to do anything. Fill those pages of your life story by doing what inspires you and doing what makes a difference. Rockets dare to do what others only dream. All right, enough about the graduates. Your hard work and determination did make this day happen, but you were not alone. Your faculty, advisors, and mentors played an important role in supporting you along the way. Your family, friends, and other loved ones kept you going when you weren't sure you could continue. Let's take a moment to recognize the special people in your support systems, whether they are your mentor, your roommate, your parent, your boss, your spouse, or your partner, your child, your sibling, or grandparents. Over the past few years, they have played an important role supporting your dreams. Join me now in recognizing all of those people who were in your corner helping you to get to graduation day. You are truly a different person now than you were when you first came to campus. You have grown and evolved. You are smarter, you are stronger, and you are ready for whatever the future brings. I can't wait to see what you'll do next. It's now my honor and privilege to recognize several distinguished individuals on our stage today who are here or who have joined us to celebrate this very special occasion. I would like to begin with those members of our Board of Trustees who are present. I will ask each member of the board to stand and be recognized as their name is called. Please hold your applause until all of them have been introduced. Mr. Patrick Kenny, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Mr. Stephen Chucci, Ms. Lydia Ebersol, Mr. Zach Isaac, Dr. Thomas Wakefield, Mr. Nate Boley, and Mr. Kevin Bishop. Thank you. I would now like to recognize the provosts, the vice presidents, the deans, and other key university leaders. In the interest of time, I ask all of these leaders to please stand and be recognized. I now call upon Dr. Scott Molitor, Interim Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs.
President Schroeder, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests and parents, relatives and friends of the graduates, it is my honor to announce the presentation of our degree candidates. Today, we present 110 candidates for doctoral degrees and 20 Juris Doctor degrees. I now call upon Acting Vice Provost for Graduate Affairs, Daniel Hamill, to present the candidates for doctoral degrees.
Candidates for doctoral degrees from the College of Arts and Letters, John B. and Lillian E. Neff College of Business and Innovation, Judith Herb College of Education, College of Medicine and Life Sciences, College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, please rise. President Schroeder, I have the honor to present these candidates for doctoral degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. I now call upon Interim Dean Rebecca Zitlow to present the candidates for Juris Doctor degrees from the College of Law.
Candidates for Juris Doctor degrees from the College of Law, please rise. Yay. President Schroeder, I have the honor to present the candidates for Juris Doctor degrees from the College of Law. Please join me in recognizing these candidates.
Will all candidates for doctoral degrees and Juris Doctor degrees please rise again? President Schroeder, these students have completed all requirements for doctoral and Juris Doctor degrees.
Thank you, Provost. Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon all these qualified candidates, including those absent, the degrees of which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and the responsibility of those degrees and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto. The faculty and the Board of Trustees join me in extending congratulations to you and in noting the indivisible link between you and the University of Toledo. We are linked forever. Our good fortune is your good fortune. Your success fuels our tomorrow. Please join me in recognizing these graduates. Please be seated.
At this time, we invite the marshals to escort the graduates to receive congratulatory recognition, accompanied by their advisors to the lower stage to my right.
I know we have at least one at some point. Not sure when.
I'll do my best.
Yes, don't screw up.
Ragad Jamal Bakila. Shonda Takia Ware, hooded by Dr. Vicky D'Agostino Calnez. Sarah Louise Hennessy, hooded by Dr. Mark Templin. Tiffany Renee Roland, hooded by Dr. Ruslan Slutsky. Manoj Rajakaruna, hooded by Dr. Randy Ellingson. Esther Akoto Amoako, hooded by Dr. Beth Schlemper. Mary Denise Goss Hill, hooded by Dr. Snejana Slanchiva Durst. Shruti Guy. Fatima Dilhani Mohammed Falil, hooded by Dr. David Kennedy. Dumi Sandaru Ratnayaka, hooded by Dr. William Taylor. Hasaruani Satika Kiredina, hooded by Dr. Dragan Isailovich. Sanduni Primatelaka, hooded by Dr. Dragan Isailovich. Koshala Oluputej, hooded by Dr. John Balizzi. Desari Davindi Jayasingha, hooded by Dr. Terry Bigioni. Woon Yen Wang, hooded by Dr. Yusuf Sari. College of Law. Edward Charles Hastings II. Caitlin D. O'Connor. Catherine Marie Tucker. Corey Markham. Avery Malachi Veers. William John Nagy II. Ronald Leroy Lynch Jr.
35 of our undergraduate candidates have completed the requirements for fulfillment of their baccalaureate study through our university's Jessup Scott Honors College. They are wearing medallions attached to gold ribbons to commemorate high achievement in the rigorous honors curricula at the University of Toledo. Degree candidates who have earned an honors medallion from the Jessup Scott Honors College, please rise to be recognized for your outstanding accomplishments. Thank you. Please be seated. A number of our graduating candidates today are also wearing blue and gold twisted honors cords. These candidates are graduating baccalaureates with highest distinction, or summa cum laude. To qualify, these students have had to earn a cumulative grade point average of 3.9 or higher for all college work. These candidates, please stand. Please be seated. Candidates wearing blue cords are graduating baccalaureates with great distinction, or magna cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.6 for all college work. Will these candidates please rise? Please be seated. Candidates wearing gold cords are graduating baccalaureates with distinction, or cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.3 for all college work. These candidates, please rise. Please be seated. Candidates wearing white cords are graduating associates with high scholarship. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.3 for all college coursework at the associate degree level. These candidates, please rise. Please be seated. Please join me once again in applause to acknowledge the scholastic achievement of all of these students. On behalf of the University of Toledo community and the Student Veterans of America, University of Toledo chapter, it is my privilege and honor to recognize those graduates adorned with a red, white, and blue military honors cord. These courageous men and women have served or are currently serving in the United States Armed Forces. We thank you for your distinguished service and for your sacrifices for our country. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you, and please be seated. We will now present our candidates for Educational Specialist, Master's Degree, Graduate Certificate, and Undergraduate Degree candidates. There are 13 candidates for Educational Specialist, 283 candidates for Master's Degrees, and 12 candidates for Graduate Certificates. Candidates for undergraduate degrees include 1,018 for baccalaureate degrees and 30 for associate degrees. I now call upon Dean Melissa Gregory to present the candidates from the College of Arts and Letters.
Will all candidates for master's degrees, graduate certificate, and baccalaureate degrees from the College of Arts and Letters please rise? President Schroeder, as Dean of the College of Arts and Letters, I am pleased to present the candidates for these degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Ann Bayless to present the candidates from the John B. and Lillian E. Neff College of Business and Innovation.
Will all candidates for master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees from the John B. and Lillian E. College of Business and Innovation, please rise. President Schroeder, as Dean of the John B. and Lillian E. Neff College of Business and Innovation, I am pleased to present the candidates for these degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Acting Dean Rebecca Schneider to present the candidates from the Judith Herb College of Education.
Will all candidates for Education Specialist, Master's Degree, Graduate Certificate, and Baccalaureate degrees from the Judith Herb College of Education please rise? President Schroeder, as Acting Dean of the Judith Herb College of Education, I am pleased to present the candidates for these degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Senior Associate Dean Jeremy Lauka to present the candidates from the College of Medicine and Life Sciences.
Will all candidates for master's degree and graduate certificate from the College of Medicine and Life Sciences please rise? President Schroeder, as Senior Associate Dean of the College of Medicine and Life Science, I am pleased to present the candidates for master's degree and graduate certificate. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Marcus Seeger to present the candidates from the College of Natural Science and Mathematics.
Will all candidates for master's and baccalaureate degrees from the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics please rise? President Schroeder, as Dean of the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, I am pleased to present the candidates for these degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Pamela Heaton to present the candidates from the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences.
Will all candidates for master's and baccalaureate degrees from the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences please rise? President Schroeder, as Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, I am pleased to present the candidates for these degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates.
Please be seated. Will all candidates for Education Specialist, Master's Degree, Graduate Certificate, Baccalaureate, and Associate degrees please rise? We make you stand and sit a lot. President Schroeder, these students have completed all requirements for Education Specialist, Master's Degree, Graduate Certificate, Baccalaureate, and Associate degrees.
Thank you, Provost. Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and our trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon all these qualified candidates, including those absent today, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and the responsibilities of those degrees and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto. All baccalaureate and associate degree graduates may now move their tassels from the right side of their mortarboards to the left side of their mortarboards. the faculty and the Board of Trustees join me in extending congratulations to you and in noting the indivisible link between you and the University of Toledo. We are linked forever. Our good fortune is your good fortune. Your success fuels our tomorrow. Please join me in recognizing these graduates. Please be seated.
I would like next to introduce Mr. Patrick Kenny, Chair of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, to provide some remarks.
On behalf of the University of Toledo trustees, I would like to congratulate you, the graduates, for your successful earning of your degrees here at the University of Toledo. Your journey to Toledo to today's celebration required a lot of hard work and determination. No doubt there were many hours in the classroom, in research labs, on stage at rehearsals, or at the Toledo area companies for internships. We also hope you had some fun during your time here at the University of Toledo while cheering on the Rockets and making lifelong friends in one of the many student organizations. As graduates of the University of Toledo, you are the leaders of tomorrow. We need your innovative approaches to solving problems, your determination to making a positive impact on your communities, and your collaborative spirit. As you move forward, ready to tackle your next adventure, please know that all of us, the Board of Trustees, the administration, faculty, staff, alumni, fellow students, and your neighbors in the community of Toledo at large, are wishing you the very best in all that you will do as you move forward. We are proud of your accomplishments to date, and we look forward to the successes that await you as alumni of this great university. Congratulations, graduates, and go Rockets!
Thank you, Mr. Kenny. At this time, we invite the marshals to escort the graduates to receive congratulatory recognition. Graduates on my right, beginning with the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, will come forward to the lower stage on my right, alternating with graduates on my left, beginning with the Judith Herb College of Education, who will come forward to the lower stage to my left.
College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Carmen Rose Reinhold. Keelan Amber Eckleberry Martin. Ashley Taylor Missig. Kylie Marie Tessier. Jillian Marie Gallagher. Xander N. Van Horn. Mason Robert Kalesser. Kimberly Abigail Parsons. Owen D. Walls. College of Medicine and Life Sciences. Lauren Elizabeth Van Den Hout. Abigail Shinru Feintner.
Emily Coyle.
Alexander Jacob Putkovich. Alex John Schreck. Olivia Victoria Sparrow. William Sparrow. Judith Herb College of Education. Dustin Obermeyer. Ingrid Kokugonza Ijumba. Emily Grace Haar. Karen Ann Durocher. Morgan Elizabeth Monroe. Madusan Lynn Eitnier. Trinity B. Smith. Jordan Hope Willis. Isabella Rose Garza. Sarah Gwendolyn Turner. Jordan Elizabeth Begeman. Mackenzie Dawn McNair. Megan Brown. Tiffany Koch Charles. Catherine Elizabeth Grice. Christina Fultz. Marisa Nicole Eves. Erica Lee Wary. Amanda Therese Kelly. Holly Smith. Brittany Marie Goad. Lexus Renee Garner. Sarah Precious Civil Pearl Minich. Elise Mae Goodwin. Penny Lane J. Mallory. Madison Ray Perry. Megan Knoll. Eliza Grace Wyckoff. Destiny Marie Brewer. Mallory Mahoney. Madison Joy Freitas. Alexis Ann Lenz. Tiffany R. Parker. College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Brock Alexander Hochanadel. Ashton Allen. John Faree. Aaliyah Marie Hedinger. Megan Elizabeth McGinnis. Abigail Marie Chapman. Samantha Christine Reese. Madeline K. Shoemaker. Cassandra Ellen Burgess, Robert Alexander Stiller, Namuna Adhikari, Lou Marie Nikita Toa, Leticia Sandoval, Catherine Ruth Curtis,
Amone Abaje Ah.
Amira Al-Qaisi, Anam Jainul Dewani, Sydney Rusha Kucher, Sam Billy Simpson, Kylie Rochelle Hill, Viraj Dharmesh Joshi, Lainey Jia Hoyt, Madeline Hilt, Gunnar Cole Erickson, Brady Arts, Yashwanth Reddy by Reddy, Abigail Grace Fletcher, Era Page Zakarzeni, Emily Renee Milkey, Melanie Elizabeth Richards, Macy Delphine Pollocky, Ritvik Bala, David Onimisi Adegoke, Saheb Panda, Aidan McGann, Nathan Pan, Shreya Seshishwadwekar, Caden Quinn Heising, Nicole Marie Rozier, Catherine Denise Holmes, Natalie Marie Hill, Chase Jordan Walczak, Jonathan Bell, Isabel May Nestor, Elizabeth Clara Verhoff, Haley Jade Salazar, Jayla Pothast,
Natalie Marie Dumet,
Mita Alicia Adkins, Athir Bassam Amer, Naba Najib Ali, Ian Miller Wood, Megan Nicole Wilbarger, Fabiana Isabel Dixon Pabon, Shahad Munir Satari, Yusuf Dabul, Farzeen Mubashir Fazili, Dean Badr Sari, Jackson Lee Aponte, Kesson Tate Vandervoort, Sunny Yadav, Anusha Gadam, College of Arts and Letters, Alyssa Ann Coe, Mohammed Saiful Alam, Nusrat Jahan Tabassum, Jessica Saki, Aveline Walia, Nathaniel John Balmer, Brendan Robert Quinn, Madison Ann Waldvogel, Vincent Olivecchia. Luke Paul Augusti. Sanai Belinda Kiles. Leo Skylar Flores. Olivia Mae Felser. Jordan Alexis Marie Pratt. Regina Hightower. Trevor S. Miller. Savannah Rose Rodriguez. Brianna Hall. Abigail Lee Ruggan. Jordan Janelle Fearon. Ethan Scott Trzynski. Joshua James Peaty. Ryan James Stassa. Seth David Camichone. Jasmine El Abiad. Jorge Alberto Kim Estrada. Julie Lynn Dragon. Nicholas Michael McCarras. Ethan Reed. Autumn Claire Molnar. Nora Swerbinski. Jordan Brooks Slutsky. Taylor Danielle Chaya. Nicole L. Martin. Oliver Center Marconi. Malik Yezen Sarsour. Zareen Arbid Webi. Hussein Wesam Smidi. Aya Majid Ghadir. Alexis Noel Burtz. Chastity L. Gilbert. Emma Gretchen Tripp.
Jaden Cash.
David Alfredo Linares. Isaac Kelly Murphy. Cameron Lynn Wise. Alexandra Michelle Currett. Jamie Francis Jenkins. George T. Grossman. Logan Michael Tucker. Catherine Ann Shalo. Jordan Lynn Beery. Navea Hope Luman. Carly Alt. Brooklyn Imani Russell. Grace Ann Paulina Hoffman. Malia Nicole Michelle Livingston. Travis Cruz Mowery. Daniel Adia. Tatiana Ashley Jackson. Bethany Beeler. Maria Kotelangat Joji. Denasia Lachey Barnett. Crystal Cheyenne Smith. Dawson Jack Charles Booth. Sophia Marilyn Brickner. Kennedy Faith Handley. Nolan Matthew Redding. Annabella Juliet Rish. Qamar Abdullah Farhan. Jared Dean Sherman. Demetris Ann Ross Vutt. Imani Jone Williams. Nasser Mubarak Al-Bakmi. Kiana Catrice Douglas. Miracle Riley. Coriana Denise Hill. Oluwakemi Deborah Kupoluyi. Kamaya Jamel McLaurin. Ashika Akambareswaran. Callie Drian Gary. Autumn Joy Vasquez. Dalen A. Cleveland. Jamina Lynn Denton. Danica Renee Baumert. Alaya Lynn Joy Orevachon. Nathaniel Garrett Long. Katie Ann Thomas. Tertil Imad Zagmouri. Yash Rupesh Kulkarni. John B. and Lillian E. Neff, College of Business and Innovation. Alexis Nicole Menzel. Christina Marie Hammy. Emily Nicole Bracamonte. Ashley Kathleen Patterson. Jack Evan Tarrant. Abigail Yeager. Yendu.
Lauren Ashley Chandler.
Andres Porras Rodriguez. Dalton David Andrews. Brandon Paul Valaket. Arvind Ramanan Kangayam Karthikeyan. Gugan Tangamuthu. Sanjana Kini. Michael Tyler Denning. Adele Brianna Stradling. Brenna Hazel Bailey. Erica Nicole Turk. Heather Kajoski. Miranda Cornute. Kristen Lindsay Fitzpatrick. Nada Mustafa Kier. James D. Smith. Wes Charles Kogi. Zachary Wesley Wirtz. Palmer Yenrick. Corey Jacob Dudley. Andrew Daniel Goder. Bradley Thomas Geis. Joshua Allen Wilson. Michael Anthony Alvarado. Michael Robert King. Jake Ryan Leone. Charles Kipchumba. Christina Marie Zielinski. Merritt Vitaman. Millie Nicole Schindler. Bashara Sara Prest. Jameson Rose Jagla Halliday. Jared Kusar. Abel B. Castillo, Thomas Vendel Staudinger, Hannah V. Tibai, Logan Cosbial, Nicholas James Kohler, Ciara Lauren Keating, Isabella and Alicia Pino, Ryan Stanley Whipple, Janaea Christine Spondike, Rogan James Pransky, Justine Farmer, Travis Buck, Reed Daniel Geiger, Gabriel Joseph Burton, Owen Francis, Frank Ryan Krosky, Caleb Delo William McHugh, Grant Thomas Mickens, Aliciana D. Sistos, Jesnir Kaur, Michaela Ferkenhoff, Janisha Dynasty Daly, Faid Almadan, Sean Patrick O'Donnell, Benjamin Michael Phillips, Emily Ann Harrison, Javier Jose Castillo Slaughter, Basil Othman, Greg Dressel, Spencer Balserzak, Braden Green, Nicholas P. Perry, Nathan Thomas Reynolds, Connor Blair, Raymond James Zagrilla, Jeffrey Howells Jr., John H. Jensen, Bailey Nicole McGuire, Toran Schroyer, Lindsay Nicole Pickle, Kevin Patrick Bishop, Thomas John McGilvery, DeAndre Tyreek Clayton, John Michael Santiago Jr., Kenneth John Wagoner, Alexander Hernandez, Jonathan Marquise Guyton, Taylor Lee Hartland, Amin Fahed Abed, Jack Shantz, Brody John Sakovitz, Jared Michael Parsons, Miriam Main, Raj Thakkar, Rohan Rajendra Shinde, Chloe Ann Fletcher, Savannah Rain Thiel, Chloe Elizabeth Faisal, Cecilia Marie Fiesel, Miranda Grace Sullivan, Tyler John Van Acker, Jaden R. Desasher, Kylie Jo Wise, Amelia Champada Earl, Jared Jacob Demange, Hayden M. Dean, Andrew Carl Kaufman, Emily Lynn Antigo, Abigail Judd, Caleb Michael Hoffman, Kyle Moore, Abigail Ruth Knifer,
Lily Drees.
Anijah Nicole Graves. Nyasia Ariona Nuul. Maurice Tarico. Brian I. Sullivan. Nureldin Khalid Mansour. Ming Sinjal. Morgan Wilson. Garrett Michael Arnold. Nkosi Paul Morton. Zachary Larnhart. Karis Sophia Churko. Emily Rose Cairns. Alexis Nicole Augsburger. Ashley Lauren Semler.
Santosh Kumar Gatagoni.
Shubhang Ashish Sharma. Megan Elizabeth Trumpauer. Sumaya Al-Khatib. Musa Kohn. Tasia Marie Hunter. Jack Clayton Fowler. Laiz Ali Liaquat Gola. Yugal Sanjay Dhal. Siddhant Sanjay Bagwe. Mahima Thomas Eka. Aliasgar Saifuddin Lim Diwala. Ashad Salim Sheikh. Mohammed Kaif Mohammed Lake Sheikh. Venkat Ganeshan.
Congratulations, graduates. I would now like to invite Mr. Matthew McClure, First Vice President of our University of Toledo Alumni Association, to welcome our newest members of the graduating class to the distinguished ranks of our alumni body. Matthew.
Thank you. President Schroeder, trustees, honored and distinguished guests, faculty, staff members, family, friends, and graduates. For over 100 years, the Alumni Association has been engaging our fellow alumni across the country and abroad to helping to strengthen the affinity and the connection with our alma mater and with each other. I am honored to be here and represent over 173,000 alumni, including 21 colleges and special interest affiliates and 27 chapters worldwide. On behalf of the University of Toledo Alumni Association, I would also like to add our congratulations and warmest wishes to every graduate here today and welcome you into our proud and global alumni family. Alumni membership offers many benefits as your relationship with University of Toledo takes on a new beginning. To help you remain engaged and connected to UToledo and other alum, we are providing you with a complimentary membership to the University of Toledo Alumni Association for 1 year.
2024 was the first year of the Rocket Senior Class Gift Campaign, produced in partnership with the Alumni Association and the Division of Student Affairs. This gave graduating students the opportunity to promote a culture of philanthropy and give back to the university prior to graduation. 142 graduating students participated in the inaugural campaign kickoff in the spring, and 44 additionally participated here for this fall commencement campaign, and are honored here today with a purple philanthropy cord to signify their wisdom and ambition going into their future careers or continuing into graduate education. Thank you to those students for starting your Rocket legacy. I would like to extend my thanks to some special alumni who are here giving back to the university they love by serving as alumni marshals for today's ceremony. Graduates, as you embark on your new journey, it is my hope that you will follow in our marshals' footsteps and by returning to campus often. Engaging in the Alumni Association can enrich your life with connections for many years to come. There are U Toledo alumni located throughout the world, and your Alumni Association can help you find them. We look forward to providing you with opportunities that will strengthen your relationship with the University of Toledo and our ever-growing alumni community. Your membership in the University of Toledo Alumni Association begins now. Welcome.
Graduates, welcome to the U Toledo alumni family. As our newest grads, you have a responsibility to support U Toledo's continuing success as some of our greatest ambassadors to your alma mater. You are now and forever a part of Rocket Nation. We are proud of our strong tradition of U Toledo alumni lifting up the next generation of Rockets. Stay connected to U Toledo and help other students achieve their dreams. We also need you to show your Rocket pride wherever you go around the world. You are an important part of U Toledo's history and our future. You are proof of the life-changing impact a U Toledo education can have for our graduates and for our future generations. As we conclude today's ceremony, I want to again recognize the special people in your support systems. To all these individuals in your cheering sections, I want to say thank you. Thank you for reaching out to your graduate to offer advice, for listening when they need encouragement, for boosting their confidence when they doubted themselves, and most importantly, for laughing with them to lighten their spirits. Graduates, please join me now in a round of applause to thank these family members, friends, and loved ones, including those who could not be here today. Thank you. Additionally, I want to thank the many U Toledo staff members who worked to plan today's commencement ceremony. Let's give a round of applause for everyone who helped make this celebration a memory. And now, finally, the moment our graduates have waited long enough for, worked so hard to achieve, and what today is all about. To properly recognize the achievements of each and every one of our new University of Toledo graduates, I'm going to ask our audience to join me now in giving one final, really loud, over-the-top, foot-stomping ovation, and I want to hear the air horn. Let's go. Congratulations, 2024. Thank you. As we conclude today's ceremonies, we ask that all graduates and alumni to rise as we sing the Alma Mater by Alicia Jenkins. Those in academic regalia, please remain standing for the recessional. All others are asked to take their seats after the Alma Mater and to remain seated until graduates have exited. Thank you so much, and go Rockets!